What's up, crew? Y'all, I haven't made a video in a while, but I decided to come on, y'all. But y'all, you know what? Through all of this that's going on in the world, God is still working. God is still in the midst. You know, with George Floyd and the police officer and all that stuff going on, like, even before George Floyd died, like George Floyd was like the breaking of a camel's back. You know, you can go through so much. Okay, you say this ain't nothing. You can see stuff in the news. Okay, this ain't this ain't nothing. But then when you see stuff actually play out on video, and then when you see your brothers and your sisters being killed for no reason at all. And I think Ahmad, the young man that was jogging, that was just on edge. We were just on edge, but this with Floyd, it just, no. I was like, even if Floyd was Puerto Rican, white, Asian, Chinese, still would be the same thing. Still be injustice. We still be backing George Floyd up, because you don't take nothing into your own hands and just like not even have humility, not even have a heart to let a person up for air, not even have a heart for a person that they saying they can't breathe. You ain't letting them up. You just pressing your knee even harder. Like you want to kill a person. You got hatred in your heart. And just to be honest, African American, black people, whatever you want to call us, we've gone through so much in history. We've taken so much. Not saying that Native Americans, they've been through a lot. Hispanics, Asians, all these, but if you look through history, you'll see Jews, you'll see it. But just talking about my race, cause that's the race I can identify with, and I'm black, so as y'all can see. But what we've been through, like we couldn't even drink out of the same water fountain as our white brothers and sisters. We were hung. We were beaten. We were hosed down with water. We were bitten by dogs. Even when we were doing peaceful protests, we still got rocks thrown at us, bats. And it's just, now it's modern day, but it's another type of slavery in modern days, another type of lynching in modern day times. Like people could do something to you and get away with it, and you're actually seeing it play out. You hear the stories, or nah, it didn't happen like. But for people to catch it on video, the hatred is coming out on video. People are not afraid of tape now. So the hatred that people have for another race that does not even, another race that you know nothing about, another race that didn't do nothing to you, but you pursue hatred. And I think that God is still in the midst, because he allowed these things to happen so that man could see themselves. Because the heart of man has waxed cold. The heart of man was not in the right place. And so this is bringing about a unity among everybody, all over the globe, because each race has gone through its prejudice. I can't say anything about, our Caucasian brother. I don't know what prejudice back in the day, who who did what to Caucasians, but I know about other races like Hispanics and just being honest blacks and, Africans, it's always our the Caucasian white people, that feel like they're in fear. Not everybody's the same, in every race. Everybody's different. But some people that are Caucasian feel like they're in fear, like they're superior. But really, to be honest, they're becoming the minority. Because it's more Hispanics, it's more African American, it's more Asians, Chinese. But this ain't nothing new about racism. People acting like this is just something new. Just to be honest, racism being here. People just try to sweep it under the rug. People try to cover it up, sugarcoat it, and put blinders on like it's not here. But it being here. But what it is racism being caught on video. Racism being televised. So you can't put the blinders on anymore. You can't play like you can't see it. You can't play like you don't recognize what it is. And some people, I know my brothers, my Caucasian brothers and sisters, I know sometimes, you don't want to speak up because you have friends that are racist. You have family members that are racist. And when y'all get together, y'all say maybe racist terms, say something, racist towards another brother and sister of Asian descent, Chinese descent, African American descent. But it's wrong. If you know it's wrong to say a racist slur or even a joke or even make somebody feel uncomfortable or even when you come in contact with an African American, you don't want to come in contact or you don't want to touch them because you feel like they're dirty. That's racism. If you feel like an icky feeling or you feel like you don't want to or you feel like a scary feeling when you encounter an African American, we ain't scary. We just like you. And some of us may be rough around the edges. Some of us may be in gangs and stuff. But what you see on TV ain't how everybody is. We're people just like you. And we have intelligent folks and we have people that have sense. We have people that have businesses and just very intellectual and very smart. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not crazy and wild. In each race, you have your bad ones, your bad apples. You got people that want to act a fool. You got people in Caucasian race that, you got people in the Asian race, Native American, Hispanic. Everybody ain't good. Everybody had their issue. Everybody had their gains in each race steal. But mostly I see us on the cops. Whenever they show stuff, it be us televised on TV, African American black people. But I tell you one thing, y'all. Just to see the love shown around the glow, the unity, just to be transparent. I've had my share of racism. I've had my share of prejudice. Whether it be in the workforce, career-wise, whether it be in the grocery store, whether it be in college, whether it be neighborhoods, whether it be grocery stores, whether it be in another state, you can feel racism. You can feel when somebody ain't really trying to be bothered with you because of the color of your skin, or you can feel like somebody's treating you different. Always, even in my career path, I was fresh out of college trying to get in a certain department. But you know what the lady told me? She said, you don't have enough college experience. You don't have enough experience. And when I got into the department, eventually I got there because I'm persevering. Because with our color, black people, one thing about black people, we're resilient, we're strong, we're powerful, we're resilient. We don't give up. It ain't in our gene pool, because our ancestors, they never gave up. They never gave up on the thought that they would be free. They never gave up that their children would be free. They never gave up of the dream that they would hold hands with their white brothers and sisters. They never gave up that they would have equal rights. And we do have equal rights, not really equal rights, but we have some rights. You know what I'm saying? We can vote. So, but yeah, it happens. It happens on a daily. It happens. People don't want to give you a chance because of what you look like. But I want to tell my younger brothers and sisters, you don't have to always react to what someone says to you. You don't, y'all excuse my hair. You don't always have to react to what somebody says to you. Sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes you don't have to say a word, because God will go to battle for you. God will defend you. God will step in and say, I got your back. Then you ain't got to say a word. Don't say nothing. That's what I've learned over the years, to be quiet. Be slow to speak. Be slow to speak. Don't ever get angry, but slow to speak. And when I look and I say, why don't our brothers and sisters, whenever another race has something going on, they back each other up? Why can't African Americans back each other up on stuff? Support. That's why we need. I'm glad this happened, because now people are supporting each other more. Support black businesses. We have our white brothers and sisters. We have our Asian, Hispanic. They got business. They support one another. Let's support one another when we have businesses going on. Black excellence. Let's support one another. Let's be unified. Let's love more on one another. You know what I'm saying? If there was a black supermarket filled with black farmers or black business, I would support it. I would support my peoples. I don't mind support. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I'm glad our white brothers and sisters are beginning to see the younger generation, where they have family members that are racist. Now, my granddaddy, he did not like white people. The simple fact he didn't like white people because of slavery back in the day, of what they did to his family and what he saw probably his mom and his dad being beaten, or his dad being spit on, or his dad being mistreated by somebody white. So I can understand my granddaddy generation, the older generation, but it's not right. You can't bring the past with you. And everybody is not the same, because I have white friends, Hispanic friends, Asian friends, Chinese friends. In my family now, we have different races in my family. We have white, we have black, we have Hispanic. Probably have some other stuff mixed on in there. We multicultural around here. But yeah, I love it. Everybody. I love all races. I love all people. It's when you treat me a certain way, I get away from you. It's when you show your true color. When you treat me a certain way, I'm like, nah, your character. You ain't for me. Your character ain't right. You got to go to church. You got to get God in your heart, because you ain't loving me right. You ain't treating your brother right. How can you go to church? How can you say you love God? How can you say you go to church and you treat your brother or your sister a different way? Now, I don't like how it's playing where cops against civilians. I don't like that. I don't like how it's getting some friction against our white brothers and sisters, the ones that are racist, have that hatred in their heart. Because I don't hate nobody. I don't have a hate within me. I can't hate nobody because I love people. Because I'm a born again Christian. And I can't say I believe in God and I hate my brothers and sisters and they have not done anything to me. And if you have done something to me, I forgive. But I'm going to watch you though, and I'm going to keep my distance because your heart ain't right. But I'm going to love the devil right out of you from a distance and pray for you. But this is not, y'all. I'm glad God used Floyd to bring about unity, to make people see, and to open people's eyes that were blinded. It was sheltered. And I pray that this don't be just a one-time thing. I pray that it continues. I pray for unity throughout the world always. And if y'all, if you see somebody being mistreated, or if you see somebody being wronged against, stand up if you see it. Stand up for your brother and sister. Stand up for what's right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you feel like this person's in the right, stand up for them. Back them up. Back them, whether it be white, whether it be black, whether it be Chinese, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. Stand up for what's right. That's the whole key in this whole predicament. If that officer that killed Floyd, if his other partner stood up for what's right and said, partner, get off him, let him breathe, let him stand up, I think it will be a whole nother story. And all the other, even the young man that was young, I think his name was Ahmad, I forget. But even that young man that was brutally killed by those two men, and you could tell that they were racist. You could tell that they had hatred in their heart, how they chased them and how they killed them. No, I can't stand for racists. I can't stand for someone to treat somebody different based on the color of their skin. And I understand, we had a talk, in my job. And I understand some white people, they didn't want to say anything or speak on it because they don't know how I feel. Even my hire, he don't know how I feel to be in my shoes, to walk daily and experience things. I've experienced racism. I've experienced it throughout my life. So I understand a white person can't tell me how I feel in my shoes because you've always been privileged. You haven't had anyone to show hate to you. You haven't had someone judge you by the color of your skin, not give you a job opportunity just based on the color of your skin. You've never had to work 10 times harder than somebody else. We've always had to work 10 times harder to prove ourselves. And when we get in the job role, we still have to work harder to prove ourselves because of the color of our skin. And we've been watched. So hopefully the world will change. Hopefully this will bring about a change in the atmosphere. Hopefully the younger generation that's coming up will teach the older generation about love and unity and about what it means to love one another and not have hatred in your heart for somebody you don't understand, for a color that you don't know nothing about, because it's always been this way. People just thought racism exists just now. No, racism been here. It was many others before Floyd that died senselessly for no reason, just because of the color of their skin. But you don't hear about it. People sweep it on the road. You don't hear about it, or you don't talk about it. You just move on because it doesn't affect you. But when it affects you, that's when you speak on it. Floyd was just what happened to Floyd just broke the camel back. That was enough is enough. We were tired. You get tired, y'all. Just think about it. You get tired. You ever been mistreated so long over centuries and centuries, and nothing's been done about it. Nobody's been speaking on it. It's like people just pay no attention to it. It's like it doesn't matter, but it matters. That's why people are saying Black Lives Matter because they're saying Black Lives Matter too. We matter too. Not saying we better than nobody. We ain't. We are all supposed to be equal. But just saying that we matter too. We want the same privileges as anybody else. We want the same opportunities. We want to be treated fair. We want to be talked to. We don't want to be treated like dogs. We don't want to be treated unfairly. We don't want hate. We don't want people to just say racist slurs to us out of the blue, spit at us and give us stank eyes and be mean mugging for no reason when you don't know the person, or watching us and you don't know who I am. You don't get to know. You don't say, hey, how you doing? Good morning. How you feeling? You don't reach out. You don't be cordial. You know? Don't be afraid of a race that you don't understand. Yeah, we may talk loud. Yeah. We may act ghetto sometimes. Yeah, that might scare you. Yeah, we might do our hand motions and stuff. But we people, if you show love, y'all, love can conquer anything. Love, if you just sit down and talk to another race, just sit down and communicate, see what differences you have and just talk about the differences, and you'll come to a conclusion that we're not our past. We're not our ancestors. No. Now this back in the day, our ancestors, they took a lot. But this generation now, they ain't gonna take a whole bunch. They fed up. They gonna speak on it. They ain't gonna be like the older generation and just take a lick and keep on ticking, take the beatings and take the dogs biting and take the name calling, the racist slurs and the racial name calling and all that good stuff. They ain't gonna take that. They fed up. But y'all just always always love on folks. Always don't judge a book by its cover. Never ever judge nobody by their skin color. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. Always give people equal opportunity. Always be a light in a dark world. Always treat each other with love. When I see people of different, I say, hey, how you doing? I speak to people. I don't have no respect of a person. I love everybody the same. You know, I don't treat nobody different than the other. I love everybody. You know, I look at the character of man, the heart. The heart of man will tell you how they are. It'll tell you a lot of things if you just listen to them talking, look at the heart. But hopefully, y'all, this world will change. Rest in peace, Mr. George Floyd. My prayers go to his family, to his daughter. When the daughter said, my daddy changed the world, I just broke down in tears because he did change. He made an imprint in history. I'll be able to tell my nieces and my little cousin, I'll be able to tell my children, if I have any, I'll be able to tell them this mark in history right here. I'll be able to tell them what happened and what people did. They protested and got Black Lives Matter leading up to the White House and in Charlotte and Philly. We're making an imprint on this world. Like, it's amazing. Like, I appreciate my white brothers and sisters, Hispanics, Asians, Native Americans, standing up for what's right, standing in unity for the cause. I appreciate that because that means a lot. That means the world saw what happened with their own two eyes. And you can't say, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, he didn't mean it. Yes, he did. He had hatred. He was just evil. That was just, that was hatred. And you can see it in the video if you watched it. And I couldn't even watch it but one time. But y'all just look at the world. I pray that the world just come together and stay together. That's my prayer. And I pray that people don't let their feelings get involved and get all testy. I pray that we all just remain peaceful. We all just remain in love. And the ones with the hatred and you don't think nothing about Black Lives Matter, Please keep your opinion to yourself. Get your hatred over there. Please keep your mouth closed and don't say nothing. Keep over there and be you and stay over there and with yourself. Because we about unity and love right here. But yeah, I appreciate it. And like the senior vice president of my job called me. He said, I don't know how you feel, Miss Reed, but I do offer my sympathy. I do offer my shoulder for you to cry on, for you to talk to me anytime you get ready. You can call me day or night. That meant the world to me. That meant he cared about what I was going through, my mental state, my health. He reached out and said, I know it may be a tough time for you. That just meant that made my whole week just turn around. It made my whole week shine. You know, it made my whole day turn upside down. I appreciated that because I feel like people actually are concerned. They actually know what's going on. And even they don't say it, you know that they know racism exists. Racism been here. It ain't just got here. It's just been on Facebook and on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram. It's just been televised. It's in the news. That's why racism is showing its ugly head now. That's why it's been brought to the forefront. If they didn't have them phones, it would have been another black man dead. Yeah, that's all. And just like it would have been another black man dead. Maybe he did something. We don't always have to do something for somebody to kill us. No. People are just evil. People just want to be busybodies and other people just want to take matters in their own. That's a problem. People want to take the law into their own hands. They're not God. Let God do the judging. You just put them in jail. Let God do the judging at the end. Let God work on them. And you just put them in jail. You just take them to jail and just call the police. That's what a man should have done that chased that young man that was driving. They should have called the police and not take matters in their own hands. That's what they messed them up. They messed up. And now your life gone for foolery. And people going to torment you till the day you leave this earth. Unless you go to another state. Maybe they don't know who you, but people know now. That's the good thing about the news, and people know people's faces. And that is just crazy to me. But y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay encouraged. Y'all stay unified. Y'all stay loving one another. Keep loving your heart, not hate. Spread love. Spread unity. Black lives matter too. Love y'all. Peace out.